Welcome to the Dungeon Coach live stream. Whether you're watching this live right now or sometime in the future, I got you covered. I want to help you guys with your Dungeons and Dragons questions. All the timestamps will be linked down below. And I also, if you want next level help, I also have some stuff that I offer my patrons each and every month, because I want to say thank you for you supporting what I do here and helping me chase after this dream of mine of doing content creation full time. So these PDFs have DM resources, homebrew options to customize and tweak your game. Every single month I have magic items, traps, puzzles, riddles, character bonus perks to customize a wide variety of different characters. It's got entire rule systems like enchanting and lycanthropy and how to run those different types of things, and a ton of other stuff to input into your world, into your cities, into your rule systems, and just spark up that creativity each and every month. And for all of you that are watching this video in the future, or you're coming back to it at a later time and you had to leave during the live stream, I'm gonna have all the timestamps down below and in the chapters here at the bottom of the screen that you can click around and see which question I answered and jump around to find out what's most interesting to you. So on with the live stream. What's up, people? What's up, people? I timed my finger was a little slow on the jump. Slow on the jump. What's up, people? What's up, party people? Dungeon Masterpiece is here, starting a party apparently. Starting a party. What's up, Coulter Wilson? Bugs here, KD&D, Josh Sellers. We're doing a Q&A live stream, guys. We haven't done one of those in a while. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Greg Stafford, let's go. Urban Hangman, hello lovely people. Hello lovely dude. Vincent Cristelli, let's go. I finished my D&D game and then I came hang out here. How perfect is that? Silver Mage is here. Scabs. What a name. Josh Zellers, all the familiar faces. Death Wish, the All-Star. Oh, welcome back, All-Star. Whoa, just in time. Jonathan Reese, let's go. Eric Poppleton, I love your last name, Eric. I love your last name. And Keith Johnson. What? Keith Johnson, first time in live chat. Welcome, Keith. Welcome. Welcome. Bob Vecna, love that last name. And Richard Labby. I wish I probably said that wrong, and I think you even told me how to say that there. Let's go. What's up, Golden? What's up, Keith? And then the Sun Sage. I gotta turn my air conditioner on because it's already hot. These lights, dude. These lights are hot. Lights are so hot. So, this is the D&D Q&A. So many ands. D&D Q&A live stream. How these work for the people, for the newbies, is if you have a question, don't ask it yet. Actually, shoot, we might as well start it off right now. Hashtag question, and then you can ask your question, some sort of D&D thing that you need help with, a player situation, in real life player situation, an in-game thing, rule question, whatever it is. Actually, a lot of people have been getting their Alcander's Almanacs of all things have been starting to come in now. All of that's been coming in, so it's been really cool to see some pictures and all of that of people getting their books now, because they are on the way, people, on the way. So lots of stuff going on with that. So my moderators will pick that up. That's how that works. This is the boss. Any super chats donated to the stream deal damage to the boss, and if you kill the boss, you become the next boss. That's how that works. And if we hit our stream goal, I do a giveaway at the end of either a PDF Alcander's Almanac, or if you already have that, I'll send you a D&D book or whatever. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we can do there. So ask them hashtag questions. Is Sneaky Steve here? Is Sneaky Steve? Oh, I don't even know if I have any moderators here. We'll see. So if I don't have any moderators, I'm fine solo. We'll see how that goes, and I'll put my big boy pants on and do it myself. So that's how all that works. I'm trying to think of anything other announcements. I just did the Astral Plane video. Dragonlance video is coming up next this week. And then a ship-to-ship space combat, build your own ship battle videos after that. And then I got a rant. I got a rogue rant video where I'm ranting about the rogue class and how it shouldn't be a skill monkey. But that's a hot take, so we're gonna dive right into it. So, first question is Josh Zellers. What do you think of Never After? Oh, the new D20 season. I have not, dude. I have watched every single D20 season episode. I've seen every season, including the, oh my god, what was it called? The Mouse Mysteries and Murder. Mice Mysteries and the oh my god, I watched that one. That was oh, there's so many great moments in those shows. And Brendan Lee, and just I've been able to now also talk with Brendan Lee Mulligan and kind of get in some stuff going with there. Brendan Lee Mulligan also somewhat collaborated with me in Al Kenner's Almanac of All Things. He's in the credits there because me and him went back and forth talking about a system that he had started to make, and then I took and ran with it and adapted it to our new cultures now. So that is super cool there. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of D20. I would love to eventually do that myself, in some capacity, not their capacity. Like in a very much more like it's just still a home game, but I edit it a little bit, So yeah, I have not seen Never After though. I have not seen it, so I have no opinion. But that was my big rant about that whole thing. Eric Poppleton, you got your book today? Let's go. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite rule that you already checked out? That's cool. Healing potion. Oh. Could you have to drink the healing potion to work or just touch the skin? Golden. I love that golden shadi. Golden shadi. I'm gonna call you Golden. That is a great question. I have gone through that myself. I have gone through that same thought process in my own head of, do you have to drink a healing potion or does it have to just touch the skin? Or if they're unconscious and you feed them a healing potion, does it work? Like, oh my God, right? So here's my take on this, right? And this would be different depending on settings, depending on the campaign I'm running, depending on all this stuff. But if I were to run my own, like my world, and not care about any other players or settings or themes or whatever, or game balance of how available or not available I want healing potions to be, I would say healing potions have magical properties in them. In order for you to gain those healing properties, you have to absorb them. The best way to do that is to drink it. The most absorptive. There we go. Absorptive. I just tried to say the word absorptive. The most absorptive tissue in your body are your gums. So getting that in your mouth would be a very nice, beneficial go, right? I would say in an interesting way, I would be totally fine if this was how I wanted to go with the lore of it, right? Because if you didn't like this, and I mean you, not as just Golden, but like everybody. If you got a cut on your hand, you got slit across your forearm, right, and it's real bad, right, and you pour the healing potion on it, and it like had healing properties and it healed up. I mean, that's kind of cool. And it might make healing potions as a bonus actually make a little bit more sense because you're splashing it onto the wound and it has these healing properties. I think there could totally be a variant of a healing potion that works like that. Herbs, medicinal herbs, you rub into the wound, right? Like you have to apply it on there. In my games, I have healing potions and then I have herbal remedies or herbal kits or... it's not a healing kit because the word's already used. I have a different word that I use for it. But basically, you have to take a short rest in order to use them, and the healing happens over that. And if you do use it during combat, it's only you get like 1 health per round. I don't think I'll allow it to because applying some sort of wound dressing like that in combat wouldn't even make sense. So. But yeah, in the same way that you could apply and rub it into a wound topically. Pouring healing potions, certain kinds, the magic gets in there. Who knows? If you want to be super strict about it and he's got to drink it, then I would also worry about if you're going to be super strict on that. If someone's unconscious, like straight up knocked out, and you pour it into their mouth, they're not going to drink it. They're not going to swallow it. And if that's a big deal for you, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there's my rant on that. Thanks for sending me down that. Whoa! What did just happen? I mean, I went on a rant. I went on a rant with Golden over here, and then we had all these super chats, and I'm all behind now. Hold up. Time out. No more super chats. Hold on. I gotta get caught up. Jay Weiss, you got this. Appreciate it, Jay Weiss. Jay Weiss is my little hype man right now. That's awesome. You leave the rogues alone. Scatterbug, you're always a rogue. That's funny. Scatterbug with a $10 super chat says, billiards or darts? That's the Scatterbug's question. Billiards or darts? That's funny. The billiards or darts? Darts. I like the throw and the stick of the darts. I really like that. But then I like the concept of pool, like billiards or whatever. But I'm just not good at it. So I have all these like next level like angles. I'm like, oh, if I hit this and backspin, like, but then I can't execute it. So darts. Urban Hangman with another $10 super chat. Thanks, guys. Question: I have been inspired by your one-shot prep and decided to write my own. Let's go, Urban. Let's go. I have a plan for a dark being that's a trickster. What process? What is your process for making a homebrew BBEG? Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. So okay. So as soon as I think trickster, I think of what things in D&D. It's almost like, if you want to, I almost act like I'm going to play it as a player. Like, what if I wanted to be a player? What if I had if there's a dungeon master out there that would let me do crazy ass homebrews, right? Or like I cloned myself and I was going to dungeon master for myself and I was going to make a player character and I wanted to make like this trickster type character. What things would come to mind? I'm going to challenge everybody right now. I like to do this type of stuff. Like, I don't look at the chat and I show this out there. What type of things would be a trickster type thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what things in D&D make you think trickster? I already know one, an arcane trickster. So I would very much so just scan straight up through the arcane trickster subclass for rogue, and I would steal everything. Not only would I steal stuff, I would just write down any crazy stuff that came into my head as I'm writing it. You know what I'm saying? Clone your cleric. Was it Domain of Trickery? Cleric. That's another one. For some reason, just now the Twilight Moon druid came into my head, but I don't think that's a good idea. And then I start thinking about monsters, like trickery type monsters, like a changeling. Are they a changeling? Oh my God, they're a changeling. Rakshasas are pretty tricky, and I would definitely have them be a shapeshifter in some way. You know what I'm saying? So that's exact Urban. I hope even just those few seconds there. That's the spark, you know, that I do for myself every single time that I just kind of just start going. And when you go down the rabbit holes, I don't like even calling them rabbit holes, because rabbit holes, I think of this. I'm going down ant holes. Yeah. Like, you know, well, maybe rabbit holes have branches too. I don't know. But anyway, whenever I'm going down a thought path, I shoot off any idea I can outside and I just write them all down. And then I'll realize that they're terrible or good afterwards. So I hope that helps, Urban. There you go. The All-Star, what's up? $11 super chat. Appreciate you, All-Star. You're a true All-Star. I've never asked for much of my players before, because I didn't want to overwhelm. Now I have very dedicated players and would love to expand their environment. Expand their involvement. Any suggestions? That's cool. That's so cool. So I would say, now, okay, I don't know, All-Star. I don't know if you are in the middle of a campaign or if you are about to start one, or you're about to wrap one up, or whatever. I don't know where the state of your campaign is right now. But I did this very same thing. I did a whole 3-year-long campaign, and then the next one I was like, all right, players, like, y'all are in, y'all are all in, baby, let's go. And I built the entire campaign, season two, at my second campaign. I built it around their backstories. So I very much challenged them to write me a backstory, like give me a backstory that's actually good, right? And we worked on it. We talked about it. We had a session 0 much earlier than usual, and then I did all the world building from there. So I would say, one, ask them to put stuff into the world. Ask them about their backstory. Ask them all them questions. Ask them things so that they can add stuff to the world, so you can mess with it now. Because before you're like, oh no, I got it, and like, I'll tell the story and I'll keep. But like, make them come up with stuff. Like, make them add to the world in some way, whenever they can. That's one way as far as backstory type stuff. And a lot of that is going to be a little bit more earlier focused. Other things, I don't know if you have Alcanar's Almanac All-Star. I feel like you do. I don't know. But there are some roleplay rules in there, and one of the roleplay rules is I know a guy. Everybody knows about that one. I know a guy, and like, they can come up with stuff. Another thing I like to have is putting players on the spot with certain things. You know, a great example that popped in my head is in Critical Role's one shot. They're like, oh, who'd you bring as a date? And like they had to, like Sam had to on the spot come up with this NPC out of nowhere, right? And then it led to some amazing, hilarious things. So I would say my part 2 to that is put them on the spot more. Like put them on the spot more and ask them during game sessions to go that way. And I would say kind of extending on that is like challenge them in ways. I very much so think of combats, think of encounters, think of puzzles and I know what my players have. I know what my players are capable of. I know what tools they have at their disposal. I will make things that I know that they have keys to. The keys being the tools they have at their disposal, right? So whatever's in their kit, I want to make a puzzle where one of the solutions is that spell I know they have prepared, or that magic item I know they've been holding on to, or whatever. The best example I can think of this is there was one dungeon we ran, and I just talked about the candles. Maybe I described the candles for a little too long, and then the paladin took one of them. He's like, I'm gonna hold on to this candle, and I was like, all right, cool. What? Like what? And so I made a note that he like really was obsessed with the candle. So then during my game prep in between sessions, I was like, I want to do something with this candle. So I literally, in the middle of nowhere, like I inserted a door where there normally would just been a hallway that leads into the room. I inserted a door and I put an empty candelabra right outside of it, like an empty, not candelabra, an empty like sconce to hold a candle that didn't have one, right? Like there was candles all along the walls and then there was one empty one. And then he's like, wait a second. And he put it on there. I was like, the candle lights up and the door opens. And he's like, oh, yes. So like that is a little bit of a side tangent there, but you get what I'm saying that. And then the final thing here of what to add to your players is put them on the spot with stuff. Like I even did this. I did the patron one shot. Every month I'm doing one shots with my patrons, and we had a situation where I was like, all right, here's a little role play thing. Like this happened, y'all dropped in, this happened, and now you're looking at this. What are y'all doing? You know, and like I just put them on the spot. I've talked about this in a video before where you put them on the spot, and then I immediately put them on the spot to where they have to come up with something on the fly. And then I give it a little 3 count, and then I start explaining some other stuff. I'm like, all right, there's coming in. And then while I'm talking, it gives them more think time, because my teacher background, the average amount of think time that somebody needs to be able to speak on something you ask them on the fly is 11 seconds. That's a long time. It's a long time. So they have to really think about it. And so I asked the question. The timer starts the clock's ticking now. 3. All right, so then there's this and this, and then this guy's coming over, and off in the corner you see this over here, and then this guy's over here. So like whenever y'all are looking at, what do y'all think? And I go back to them, and it's about 10, 11, 12 seconds, and then by that time somebody says something, right? But challenge them. Ruffle their tail feathers. Ruffle their tail feathers. And then, wait, another super chat from the Dungeon Masterpiece. Appreciate you, Dungeon Masterpiece. You know what? I just now realized, Dungeon Masterpiece, that your acronym for your channel name is DM. Dungeon Masterpiece. I thought Dungeon Master, but I think I saw the Dungeon Master before, but it just now hit me for some reason. Anyway, that was just next level. And he says, this super chat is unlucky. That's in the 13. And Bug also probably hates it because we're at an uneven number now. So, he's just skin's crawling. His skin's crawling. Okay. All right. Enough with the super chats. I appreciate y'all for real, though. I appreciate. Oh, my God. DC Artificer comes in with a $15 super chat. DC Artificer, the man himself. Bug says I have a late fee. That's funny. Oh, let's go. Kyoka. That's a cool name. Kyoka, I got your Wild Magic supplement. The Wild Magic Barbarian is awesome. Yes, the Wild Magic Barbarian is my favorite subclass I've ever made. I put so much into that. It is my favorite subclass I've ever made. It is my favorite, and wild magic. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we've gone off the rails here. I'm gonna go back and try and answer some questions and get caught up because I've been flying solo with no moderator until DC Artificer just showed up. But hey, it's all good. I see Josh Sellers said Santa status. Are you saying that because I have a red shirt and I've put on a little bit of weight, Josh? Is that what you're saying? Because I actually got up at 5 a.m. and worked out this morning, and like I'm feeling real rough right now. But yeah, and Santa status for my two boys. Well, what? One of them's 2 months old, and the other one's 2.5 years old. So he's Elf on the Shelf. We're doing Elf on the Shelf, and Elf comes up and does some shenanigans every morning. So that's been fun. And then wait a second. Okay, I think I'm not even close to the beginning here. Oh gosh. Okay. Never after. Okay, there we go. KD&D. Any thoughts on running an NPC that's a living planet? Whoa, think Ego from the MCU, a sentient planet with smaller human avatar. Yes, it's funny, KD&D. If you're thinking about this, in March we are doing the March PDF on Patreon is the Beastlands, the Wildlands. Like it is the plane of that, and spoiler alert, that plane is alive. Exactly how you're saying. So I have literally just went and dove all into that and wrote so much about that. I love it. The clouds are alive and they're a living entity, and then the spirits come from the animal. Like it's a whole thing. So stay tuned for March, KD&D. You're gonna love that. And then let's see if I can snag up any more questions. I'm running a Saltmarsh based campaign. Any suggestions on ship combat crew use? Oh, scabs, bro. Right now, I have a full PDF on ship-to-ship combat. It is a Spelljammer. It's a Spelljammer ship-to-ship combat, but you can literally take all of that. It has crew rules, it has shipbuilding rules, it has ship-to-ship combat rules. It has literally everything, and you can literally use it for actual ships as well. And next week I'm doing a video on it. So if you don't want to pick up the PDF on my website or in the description of the last video, or on my Patreon, there's so many places to get it, then wait a week, and next week's video I'm going to talk about it, and if that tickles your fancy or I hate that phrase, tickles your fancy. I think that's the creepiest phrase, and I just cringed because I said it. I'm so sorry. If that interests you, there we go. You can pick it up. Any ideas on making frigid cold an issue? Oh, Death Wish, guys. Okay, I am not like I only. The cool thing about now I've done this for over 2 years is when people ask a question, I can only go, and there's only so much time in a live stream. There's so many things I can do. So whenever I answer questions, I will only point to oh yeah, I've done a whole thing on this, because I've literally done a full thing on Frigid Cold. I have an entire Icewind Dale PDF on the Frigid Cold, and I have an entire video on how I run Frigid Cold. So I think is it Icewind Dale? I think it's Dungeon Coach Frozen. I don't know. What is it? Dungeon Coach Arctic Survival, I think is what it's called. But look up. It's on my website. You can't miss it. It's for a big, huge polar bear attacking a dude on the ground. But there's a video. Maybe DC Artificer can find it for me. But there's a video on that, and there's a whole thing I do for Frigid Cold stuff. So heck yeah. Dungeon Masterpiece just got here, and to hear the most absorbent on your body is your gums. D&D, hey, give me that D&D. What a great time to join the stream. Josh Zellers, how would you run mutations for an apocalyptic campaign? I would do point by feet system. I have a point by feet system where you can turn bestial, and you can make your own, bear or rabbit or tiger or dragonborn or whatever. So I would have some sort of those bonus level up perks, or just bonus level up perks in general. I'd go that perk route. And if you want to do mutations, you can have it be random, and they could roll on stuff for what they get, which I don't know if I'd like that, because then that's a lot of, I don't know. That seems like I don't want to mutate my players' bodies randomly. I don't know. And then question: how should I introduce more homebrew to my players? Oh my gosh, All Star. I literally like that. It's kind of weird right now that all of my the dungeon coach homebrew rules. Let me see if this app actually pops up. It has to. It has to. Long rest. It's interesting to see my own video. I never search for my own videos. That's weird. Okay. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not there. I can't. Oh, no. I know what the thumbnail looks like. I know the thumbnail is a like a tiefling spellcaster with like a bunch of tech stuff on them, and then they are nope. I really am trying. Oh, customize spells? No, man. I've made a lot of videos, y'all. I've made a lot of videos. Oh my God, Arctic Survival Rules. Ha ha ha! I found it. I didn't even mean to. There we go. Oh, that's weird. So okay, where'd the chat go? Where? There we go. There we go. Too many screens. So there's the chat. I just linked it in the chat, unless our DC Artificer already found it. So there you go. And then cool. So there's homebrew for my players. Oh gosh, dang. I have a video about talking about homebrew rules for the new year. I released it in January of last year about how to introduce homebrews to your own people. So I'm also trying to answer questions very quickly right now because I'm trying to get caught up. But I have my moderator back now. So oh yeah, hey, the DC Artificer's caught up now. So let's go. Just got here. Christmas homebrew ideas. Welcome, Icy Ginger. Yo, dude, love this channel. Thank you, Legacy D&D. Thank you, Legacy D&D. I got caught up. Wait, what? How am I? That's strange. Why am I long? That's so weird. All the different YouTube accounts. It's so weird. And then, okay, yeah, and DC Artificer found it. Okay, cool. So, all right, now we're caught back up. We're caught back up, people. My DC Artificer's got all the questions caught up, and we're good. So here we go. The next question, see, Frigid Cold, I got that one. Mutations, I got that one. Trouble figuring out. Oh, here we go. So Veronica Hang. I'm having trouble figuring out the plot of a campaign. Whew. I want the earlier encounters to hint at the end boss of the chapter, but I have no idea how without being too obvious. Well, Veronica, this is what we call like a big picture question. You know what I'm saying? It would be like, so I'm gonna rephrase. I'm going to give an example question, and then I want you, Veronica, if you're still here, I want you to @ the dungeon coach in the chat, and then so I can see it easier, and then let me know the answer to this to be a little bit more specific so I can truly help you. But this would be like if somebody said like, my player isn't really engaged with the game. How can I engage them? And I'm like, well, there's some big picture things, but then there's so many subtleties that I'd need to know on how to like, okay, well, how much backstory did they give you? Like, it's almost like a doctor, you know, like I feel like I'm not a doctor. It's not life or death, you know what I'm saying? But, I need more information, more data. So whenever you're saying this campaign, like, how do I get the end boss? It depends on, what is this end boss is doing? Like, what is the end boss doing? You know what I mean? Like, is he trying to get something? Is he trying to achieve something? Is he trying to become a lich? Is he trying to reclaim some land? Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? So, Veronica, if you can answer this question, my question to you would be, what is the end boss doing? Like, what is his goal? Do you know his goal? And if you don't know his goal, I can talk super general. But I really would want to like help you specifically, and I don't have enough information to act on that. So yeah. And then let's see. So next question, and I'm going to come back to Veronica here in a second. Okay. Hunter Phelps, in your view, is targeting a wizard spellbook good for drama or just anti-fun and expensive to replace? I would say my initial is anti-fun and inexpensive to replace. You know, I have never once have I ever thought about targeting in combat and damaging the wizard spellbook. You know what I'm saying? I've never once had that thought. I feel like that's kind of like an evil DM thought. That's like a, poor form. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways to go around that. If you want, like, my question would be, why do you want to destroy their spell book? If you want them to operate without a spell book, you can steal it, and I've done that before. I have done things where they have to check in or they get arrested and he loses it. I have done things where they woke up in the middle of nowhere and all their stuff was in a different spot, so he had to choose, like, do I try and fight with what limited things I have, or do I go get my book? So I've done things like that, but I would not destroy the book. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's funny. So next question. Oh, I don't think I see Veronica anymore. I just checked to see if Veronica's here. Okay. And then Jonathan Reese. Question. Have you looked into the transformation rules from Grim Hollow? Thoughts? If so, I have not. The transformation rules from Grim Hollow. Now, when you say transformation, are you thinking about, are we talking werewolf? Are we talking, because if so, I have a whole bunch of thoughts on that. I released my whole lycanthropy system. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go, Veronica. It's a Lord of the Rings setting, and in the earlier game, I want to hint at either the Mordor or Isengard threat while in an area they're not directly active yet. So now, I'm a little rusty on my Lord of the Rings. My Lord of the Rings noobness is showing. What do you mean? And then maybe the chat can help me out here too. She wants to hint at either the Mordor or Isengard threat. What is the Mordor or Isengard threat? I'm assuming the Mordor threat would be like Sauron and like the whole tower with the eye, and like you gotta take the ring to Mordor, and that's but then what's wrong with Mordor? You know what I'm saying? And then Isengard threat. Are we talking about the Uruk-hai, like the orcs and like this huge orc army? Is that what the threat is? Like a building army? That's what I'm trying to get. So I'm glad you're still here, Veronica. We're gonna freaking get this. I need more information. Oh, Isengard is where Saruman is. Oh, okay. I'll wait for some more information to come through from there. All right. I see Ginger has a question. For Christmas this year, I'm running a Christmas one shot. Got any Christmas themed monsters or items? Ha 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 ha. We did. I feel like we did. Last December, I feel like we had a Christmas themed PDF in some way. Because January was dragons, so the month before that, oh shoot, what was it? I don't know. Somebody else from the team. I'd have to go back. Oh, that's funny. In general, I don't have like a Christmas supplement. I really want to do that next year. This year we did this month is December. We did Astral Plane Spelljammer. We have a whole huge resource to release in December. But like next year, I really want to do a Christmas whole situation. In fact, I'm going to send a message right now to my project manager and make this happen. So here we go. Nexus, the people have spoken, and we are going to get a Christmas themed DC playbook and Christmas themed feature. Oh, he's watching right now. He's actively on this thing. This is how I talk with people on my team. And so I'm in the middle of a live stream. If you can't tell, that's why I have the lights on. Usually, anyway, this is weird. This is really weird because you guys are here and then I'm talking to him and he's watching. This is so strange. But I think we should do like a Christmas one shot as the feature, or a bunch of Christmas one shot, like a bunch of different options. Like the mini adventures, and we could have like 3 of them like we did before, and do the adventure shorts. And it would be like a little baby one shot, just outlines, and you could, which one's your favorite? Here we go. All right, there you go. That's funny. Winter one shots, Winter Wonderland. Let's go. And then okay, I'm gonna check back in on Veronica. Mordor. Oh. Here we go. Okay. Mordor, enemy on the rise. Orcs looking for the ring. Okay. Isengard, Saruman trying to make his own ring and expand his dominion. Okay. All right. So, I would say here's some thoughts. Here. I'm gonna just kind of like, I'm gonna use this. I do this. I close my eyes and I just like, my eyes roll back in my head and I just try and think. So the small little bits of pieces. So maybe there's testing going on for this Uruk-hai army that's growing, right? This mutated versions of orcs. Maybe they started this testing on wolves, and these wolves turned into worgen, and now your lore explanation for what a worgen is, which is like that like hunchbacked wolf creature, right? And it's all mutated and has like more teeth or jagged tusk type teeth or something, you know. It's starting to do this with animals, and that is a lower level, entry level type thing. Or if you want to go further down, follow that rabbit hole, like take the place where the big picture is, like the big bad high level crazy bad stuff, and then trace it back to how they got there, you know? Like, how did they get an Uruk-hai army? How is he going to forge the ring? How is he going to, and like backtrack it? You know what I'm saying? Because you have a huge advantage and you know where it wants to go. So then once you have that, you can backtrack to where it came from. So to get an Uruk-hai army, you have to be able to mutate them in some way. So there has to be some sort of process. And if you want to do the whole like killing the elves and then burying them and whatever that whole process is, you probably know that better than I do. But maybe this process is being experimented on in some sort of animals, smaller animals, and then that's a problem in the city or just outside the city because they're loose now. Because maybe it worked and now they don't need them anymore, you know, and then that's almost like a sign. And then as they go through and they find out at the end of that oh, this has been experimentation done on, and now they've used it on an elf, and now they've used it on an orc, and now they're going to use, oh no, you know, and then they can start to get the glimpse of this big picture. And if you also want to go even further down than that, like follow that rabbit trail even further, how they get the stuff, like how they get the vials of the poisons of the alchemy. So maybe there's some alchemical things going on, and in town there's an alchemy shop and it keeps getting ransacked, or the alchemy shop's really sketchy, or there's a quest to go to the alchemy shop and like investigate it because there's some weird stuff going on. And maybe this alchemy shop is a big part of a bigger alchemy ring where all of these alchemy shops are being kind of like assimilated into this like cult type thing, that they're giving them certain specific resources to be able to concoct this thing, right? So anyway, that's the example of a way that you can start to go and dive down that. So I hope that helps, Veronica. There you go. Okay, cool. One shots are really cool. Not bad. Hey, Troy, I don't know if you meant to say one shots are really cool because it's a Christmas theme. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool. So, Troy, I love it. And then, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Nice. All right. Next question. Got it. I see Ginger, Coulter Wilson. Oh, wow. Okay, Coulter has a question. After 4 surgeries over the course of a month and a half, I want to end my current campaign. Party's super excited to play again, but I don't have the heart to tell them. 2 years in. Advice. Oh. Purple hearts in the chat for Coulter Wilson, bro. Oh my God, my heart just broke for you, man. Coulter has been here a long time. So first of all, dude, like literally I feel like I have a knot in my throat, man. Like, damn. Coulter. First of all, I hope you're okay. 4 surgeries in the month. Oh man. And you want to end the current campaign. Dude. So we're gonna help out Coulter right here. Oh man. Oh gosh, it's like affecting me so bad. Okay. Coulter, bro. First of all, I'm gonna take this on a couple fronts here. First of all, I would evaluate, and I'm not trying to double guess you or second guess you or whatever, and say like, no, you should still do it, because by all means, freaking cancel the thing. You know what I'm saying? If I ever wanted to end or cancel or turn it off, 100% you should. Do not continue playing in a game that you feel drained from, and after you're done, or just the net value in your life is a negative. Does that make sense? Like, the campaign a net positive or negative? You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be some negatives. There's going to be some sort of player drama that happens. There's going to be some sort of like, oh, somebody had to skip or miss, or oh, we had to cancel a session, or oh, I have to prep for a session during a whole bunch of real life stuff's going on and I'm really stressed about it. Like, obviously there's negative stuff that happens. But then D&D is amazing, right? So like, is it a net positive or negative? And if you truly are saying, Coulter, that you are net negative, then then yeah, you got to cancel it. You got to cancel it. So my last little thought out there is to possibly do like a cliffhanger. Episodes of shows and TV do this, where they have, that's in the middle. They just started doing this too. It's so annoying, but of course, there it is. It hooks you. So they go halfway through the season and there's some big freaking cliffhanger, and then they go on a few month break, right, for filming or for whatever reason, right? So if this is a spot where you're like, man, I'm just going through a lot right now, all the surgeries, you're spent, dude. Like, I don't think any of your players, I don't know them, but I don't think anybody would bat an eye at that and be like, all right, no, yeah, I totally get it, right? So that option, I would, and again, I'm going to say my actual answer here in a second, but you could do some sort of big cliffhanger campaign and think how long it would take you to do it, and then leave it as a cliffhanger for the advice I'm about to give. Leave it as a cliffhanger, and then you could come back to it if you wanted, right? So there's 3 layers of options there. Leave a cliffhanger that is, for sure we're going to come back to this, which I might not do that because of even just the situation that you're in right now. 2 is leave it as a cliffhanger that feels like, okay, that's the story of where those characters went. Like the sunset, like they go off into the sunset, on to the next adventure of going to chase after the, whatever. And then leave it as that, or truly end it. You know what I'm saying? So now for now to get off of that tangent. So, oh, interesting. Before I was about to say, Legacy D&D says, can someone fill in as a DM, like a co-DM type of thing? That's really interesting. So again, appreciate you guys in the chat for going through Coulter. So hopefully Coulter's like going through and reading the chat there too, so that he gets a whole bunch of ideas. Passing the torch. Yes, Bug. Exactly. Okay. So here's my full thoughts to get straight up. I'm here with you, Coulter. I'm getting into this myself. I truly want to get into the mindset of this. So if I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. It's just too much right now. Life settings have changed. I'm done. I would evaluate in my own self. Where everything was at, as far as how much do I have left in the tank? How many sessions do I have left in the tank to put a bow on it? You know what I'm saying? Could I do it in 3? Do I only have 2? Could I do it in 4? You know what I'm saying? So think of what that would be for you, because you do want this. Trust me, please. I hope you do want this to end on a note that still feels good for you. Just for your own self. Yes, it's going to be like, oh, I sad I had to cancel, and it's going to be you're going to have to bite the bullet on that one. Ah, man, that sucks. But you can end it in a way that doesn't just straight up suck. You know what I'm saying? So, think about how long you could wrap it up, right? In what ways? What ways could you accelerate things, right? And when you do accelerate things, in what ways could you cut certain corners, or fast forward through the travel, or do a time skip where you fast forward actual literal time of the game, etc. Do a downtime, and then run the game differently. Run the game at a faster, bigger pace, where you could even do a skill challenge where for the next 3 months, this is going to be some stuff's going on. These things are going on, and you could run a skill challenge where time's passing. You could do downtime that had checks like that. You could do so many different things to play the game and accelerate the game with that time going, right? So I'd ask yourself that. The other part to this is your players. You have to decide which would be better, because I have 2 options in my head, and of course there's other variations of combinations there too. Wait, what was I just saying? Scatterbug Super Chat. Scatterbug Super Chat distracted me with 774, and he held on as long as he could, but whole numbers only, please. Scatterbug hates it whenever you Super Chat non-even numbers. He gets very upset, okay? And I have to deal with it later, so don't. Okay, you know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, Coulter said something. Coulter, 3 would be pushing it, probably more like 1. Surgeries have been on my jaw, and talking is pretty painful. Oh, okay. So here's what I would do. It's 1. Now, your players and if they know about it or not, right? In this case, I would talk to my players, right? You got to talk to your players in this if you're going to only do one. So the two options I had were one of two. Either this is like accelerate the game to the point where it wraps up, and then like have it be like almost like a surprise twist to an ending, and say like, guys, this is, and I'm going to have to, sadly, this is where I'm going to have to end the campaign. A lot of the stuff is going on and this and that, and it would be like a very emotional moment, because usually I would not recommend to go with that, but because of the circumstances and that being an option to surprise them with it. But ultimately I would not necessarily recommend that. I'm throwing it out there because I see myself going there in some sort of way if I had big reasons like you're saying for not doing it. But I would heavily recommend to talk to your players. So what I would do now that I'm seeing more of this is I would message them, type out an email, save your job, and explain to them the whole thing. I'm going through all the stuff I'm going through, as much as you feel comfortable, obviously. And it's just extremely hard to do anything. I love where this campaign's going, so I do want to do one final campaign or one final session and hype the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? This will be the final session for, and use language like that kind of like really like, oh man, all right, oh, so they'll be sad and empathize with you for what's going on, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, this is the one, and I'm going to run the game, and all the previous advice still applies, like trying to speed up the pace of the game. You could easily, now it's called like hand waving, like, okay, so this is going to be like how this goes, and like don't need to necessarily roll for it. I've also done things where I did have players roll for it, and they basically went on little side missions. So there's a bunch of little things piling up. There's this one game that I ran, and they had a whole bunch of side quests, and they were just getting stressed out for how many side quests they had. I was like, we're going to do a downtime, and we're going to handle these side quests, and you're going to roll on it. And so I had, there's 5 players, and there was like 4 or 5 side quests, and I was like, where are you going to go? So 2 players grouped up and they went there, and the more players they allocated towards that side quest, the better the roll, higher they could roll. And then they rolled for it, and they had the different DCs depending on what happened, and they kind of just like very quickly at a macro story level went and took care of stuff. Right? And you could totally do that like at the beginning or middle of the session to kind of just fast forward, right? To get to an end in some way. Because you could have a 3-4 hour session where the first hour is fast forwarding the campaign. Just press the fast forward button, and this is happening here, and this, so your parents, remember all that stuff with your parents and all that stuff? Because everybody's going to know the vibe. Like the vibe is going to be, this is our last session, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be that feel there, right? Especially with this email you sent beforehand. And then go through all those things, like this person's backstory. Remember that ring you found in the bottom of the thing? Well, you through this time passing, you find out some more things. You talk to some people, and you talk to somebody, and they point you in the right direction. It's this and this and that, and you find out that it's this, and like, oh man. And then you can, wherever at spots you want to have roles be asked for, you can. Or just don't ask for the roles. You know what I'm saying? In a situation like this, you don't want to have like, oh, well, sorry, your whole backstory thing is just screwed now because you rolled low. You could do something like a fate roll. I've done this a lot too in situations like this where you just roll a d20, right? And I preface these rolls just so it doesn't sound like I'm like being like pity DM, where somebody rolls back, no, it's fine, you still do it. Like, no, I hate that. So I asked them for rolls, a fate roll, and it's high or low. And I was like, if you roll like a 5 or less, then yeah, you get it done, but it just takes forever to do it. And then there's cool increments could happen above that. So this thing that's happening is going to happen, and we're going to keep moving forward, but I want to see like the flavor of how well it went, right? Because you easily could do this. You could your character would totally be able to go destroy that bandit, that bandit camp that took care of your, that killed your parents or something. I don't know. You could totally handle this. So this roll, even if you rolled less than a 5, you're gonna get it done, but let's see if how well it can go. So, and then I would have them go do all that kind of stuff, and then after that, fast forward, you get to some sort of ending fight in some way, some sort of ending moment, some sort of ending choice, and then end the campaign. So, damn, Coulter, bro, I feel you, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. For real. For real. And then, oh my gosh, what is going on in the super chats here? Dungeon Masterpiece, LOL, who doesn't like odd numbers? And then he super chatted 666. The stream's cursed now. The stream's cursed now. Uh-oh. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. And then, oh, hey, what's up? Okay. I got you. I got you, Dungeon Masterpiece. I see your message. And then Bug had to counterbalance the 666 super chat with a 234 super chat, but now he's the boss again. So Bug just won there. He balanced out the numbers and became the boss. So got you, Bug. I got you, Bug. Can't squash the bug. Sebastian. Whoa, Sebastian. Hey, Sebastian 3457. DC, I found your channel a little over a year ago when I was unemployed and I had just started DMing. Your channel and community have been so supportive. I still DM and now have a great job. Merry Christmas. Oh my gosh, guys. Wow. That was so cool. That's so cool, dude. That's so cool. This is, y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. Like this is the best. Like I like, that's why I do this, Sebastian. Like that is so cool. That's so cool. Like to see that is something that we have created together here, because I can't do that. I can't like be a community, you know what I'm saying, and have all these different people, all the people on our Discord, all the people in the comment section, all the people in this live stream, like the support that we even all just had for Coulter, and like the hearts and the love. Like I can't do that alone. It's you guys all come together. That's been the craziest part of this whole journey. So Sebastian, for you to thank you for taking me in on that journey with you, going through the unemployed, and then now you got a great job. Let's go, Sebastian. That's freaking awesome, dude. That's awesome. What an emotional roller coaster this stream is, y'all. Thank you, Sebastian, for real. That's awesome. Nice. Oh my gosh. Baron. Dungeon Masterpiece. Bros, stop it. Baron, stop it. 199 super chat, and then Bug, it was meant to be. Oh, I don't think Bug has responded to the 199 super chat yet, so that's pretty funny. Icy Ginger, what days do I stream? Yeah, I'm that's kind of up in the air right now. I'm about to change it. I don't know if I'm going to keep the Wednesday night slot. What do you guys think of that? Because y'all are obviously the ones here, you know what I'm saying? But all honesty, full disclosure, live streams I had, we used to probably be averaging like 60 to 80 was like our average, like a solid steady average, and now it's dropped to probably an average of like 20 to 30, right? And honestly, the cool part of that is the same amount of fun, like the same amount of like, oh yeah, like this live stream, amazing, like love this live stream. I don't care if there's 15 people, 10 people, 2 people, I'd still do the whole live stream start to finish. But the reason why I've thought about changing it up is just like life schedule stuff now, because like now I used to do Wednesdays because in the middle of the week, and there was a whole bunch of stuff back when I was a teacher and how times work, and I had track meets on Thursday, so that I had to do Wednesday, all this stuff, right? So I've just always done Wednesday, and I've only ever done Wednesday. So I'm thinking about changing it up and maybe doing it on a Tuesday or a Thursday. So I don't know. And then I also got to check with my other YouTube buddies to see when they live stream, because I don't want to step on any toes, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might. Scatterbug says Wednesday for life. That's funny. League of Legends moving to Wednesday nights. I don't play League of Legends. I play World of Warcraft. Ever since your sisters haven't missed live. Oh, let's go. See. Now, and I'm gonna feel bad, like what Josh just said. I'm gonna feel bad if I switch it up and then I miss you guys. You know, like the familiar faces and stuff. So. Death Wish prefers Wednesday, so yep. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna evaluate. I'll make some polls on Patreon. I'll do some polls on YouTube. We'll see. But yeah, so I live stream once a week on this channel, once a week on my gaming channel, at night, and I stream during the day. on my gaming channel too. So, and if you guys do want to hang out, I do live stream on my gaming channel, Dungeon Coach Gaming. If you want to come there and hang out, I'm on, and I chit chat with people as we just kind of hang out. Thursday's Critical Role. Oh, Hunter Phelps, you're so right. I oh, Tuesday or Thursday. I'll stream on Tuesday or Thursday. Nope. Wow, that's funny. So yeah, that's great. So there we go, y'all. That is what a great ending for those last two questions of the love that we all came together and showed for Colton, and then the celebration with Sebastian right there. So that's freaking awesome. So if I'm trying to think anything else big picture. With Alcanner's Almanac wrapping up. Alcanner's Almanac's wrapping up, and then that means Kickstarter number 2 is it's already in the works. Kickstarter number 2 has been in the works for a long time, and then I've brought in people now for a few months now, and that's yeah. So Kickstarter number 2 is going to be in the works. And I'll make some more announcements about stuff like that once Alcanner's Almanac is completely done. I have some reshipping things to do. I have the Gold Dragons because I don't even have the books. Like I have the test books that they sent me, like the first ones that like off the press, and they sent them to me to like make sure that they were good. The quality control ones, and I was like, hell yeah, these are amazing. And then once I get shipped all the rest of the books and the whole Alcanner's Almanac thing's done, I'm going to announce the next Kickstarter. Launch time? Ooh, I don't even want to say a launch time. That stresses me out, Jonathan. And then, so I'm going to try, I don't even want to say a time. Middle of next year is what I'm shooting for, but we'll see. So yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. And if you want to continue on the party on, I do all. Wait. Can I even share this? Oh, there we go. If y'all want to carry on the party, as Dungeon Masterpiece said, if you want to carry on the party, I just linked in the chat. That's a link to the gaming stream I do. It's like a little wind down thing I do on Wednesdays. Do this, get all hyped up, and then wind it on down. So that's it. Y'all are awesome. This whole thing, this community is awesome. Stay creative. Think outside the box. Peace.